Welcome back to the Iron Insight. Thank you for starting your week off right with the Iron Insight every Monday morning at 4 a.m. I'm Bryn Welds,
And I'm Andrew Nichols with Southern Leatherworks.
and today we're sitting down with Jordan Packer. Jordan, how's it going?
It's going good, man.
How was actually you came back from Orlando with snow, right?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, it was cold, man.
I know you had snow.
That's brutal.
We were talking about that because we hadn't had snow yet, and we did a couple weeks ago, but that's it. We haven't had much.
Dude, this year's been pretty rough for us too. I bought a snowmobile this year, so that's probably why we don't get snow.
Yeah, no doubt. The second you buy a snowmobile, that snow is gone until you sell it.
What'd you think of FabTech this year?
Dude, I actually really liked it this year. Orlando is definitely the place to have it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's kind of what everybody's agreeing on because it was cheap. Like the Airbnb was relatively cheap compared to Chicago hotels and whatnot, and then also just never-ending stuff you could have went and done after the show or before. It was tight. Food was great. First time I had fresh fish, so that was pretty good.
First time you had fresh fish.
That's not 1,200 miles to the nearest ocean. Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't you have like those big lakes up there?
What?
Don't you have the big lakes up there?
Nah, we're not too far from Chicago. I can't remember. Is that Lake Michigan? I don't know.
I know.
We've got one decent sized lake in Nebraska. It's called Lake McConaughey, but other than that, no, not really. Well, yeah, I guess like walleye, but fresh saltwater fish that was the first time. That was pretty nice. But yeah, FabTech was cool. So how's the business going? Kickstart Welding, that's it, right?
Kickstart Welding. I'm trying to keep up with it, man. It's really weird because it just blew off right off the bat, and yeah, a lot of late nights, early mornings. So
you're staying busy though. Congrats on that.
Staying busy. Yep.
It kicked off right after you came back from Skills?
No, man, I started it right after I came back from World Skills, and I was actually I had to go work for a guy for probably a year and a half before I could go full send on my own.
Yeah. What were you doing?
That makes sense
with that guy.
Just industrial welding. So industrial piping, shutdowns, nothing too fun. I was still welding.
Is that kind of similar to what you do now?
Yeah, honestly. But I do a lot more off the wall stuff rather than shutdowns. A lot more custom homes, custom, that kind of sums up my business.
A lot of architectural metals, man.
Yeah, some piping. Recently, it's been mostly custom homes, though. So
that's
not bad.
The niche you want to be in?
Honestly, the niche I wanted to be in was waterline stuff. So doing dam shutdowns, doing culinary water. We're working on that. We're getting there, but I'm kind of taking what I can get right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
and for those that don't know, Jordan competed in skills, and was that 2020 or 22?
2022.
Yep. Yeah. So you competed. You won nationals in the United States. Then went to. Actually, it was in Ohio, wasn't it? For Worlds that year.
Worlds was in Ohio that year.
Yeah. And what'd you place?
I took a bronze medal.
Nice. Yeah. So for those that know skills, know that's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what were the nationalities that finished ahead of you?
Japan and Korea.
Was that the same for Wyatt, or was it Canada or Australia? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think, China and Korea, I think, beat him.
Yeah.
Does North Korea have a team?
North Korea does not.
Are you sure?
That'd be insane.
Russia has a team. Russia has a sweet team, dude. But
really?
Ever since this Ukraine stuff went down, dude, they haven't been allowed.
Oh, no. They haven't been allowed to. Oh, no.
Damn. Dude, they've got a really sick Instagram. They're crazy good.
Huh.
Really? Never would have thought of that. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Does each team that, I don't know how to explain it, that has a good foundation for skills, do they always run like a Lincoln or Miller, or is it do some of them use those European and Asian welding companies?
Honestly, a lot of them weld off the European or Asian companies. Getting a Lincoln over there is pretty spendy. So they run with it off of the European machine and then figure it out during competition how to actually weld again on a Lincoln.
Damn,
Yikes.
that's insane.
It's wild.
Yeah.
What about like when it's held in a different country? Like Wyatt's was in France, for example. Are they still
Yep.
using like a Lincoln or?
Well, Lincoln provides for the competition specifically. So every year you have a Power Wave 300C.
I got you.
Gotcha.
But like the Africa team, they're welding off of some copper wires wrapped around a rim. Like I'm
Yep.
dead serious. Like I've seen.
I believe
pictures.
it.
Insane, dude. You can tell,
Yeah.
but
They get their hands on the link and they're like, damn, this shit's nice.
it's wild. Yeah.
They're probably confused as hell, man.
I
Is
would
there,
be
like,
too.
Is there a time before the competition that they get to like go in there and mess around with it?
You get a certain number of hours to go just practice, but you only get like 3 or 4 pieces of 2-inch flat bar
Yeah.
that long.
Damn,
So it's nothing crazy.
Jeez.
that's absurd. What what was it? Is it word of mouth from your publicity from Skills that runs your business, or is it you going out day in day out trying to find those jobs more so, you think?
I would say a lot of it's word of mouth, but not because of Skills. It's because I've been in business for 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're definitely starting to catch traction then. Yeah.
The nice thing about Skills, though, is a customer will be like, hey, are you capable of doing this? And I can just be like, Google me. Like, literally Google me. And
Yeah. Google me. Here's a link to my my Google link.
I've said that to a lot of customers before. And it
That's
works.
funny.
Yeah, I bet it does. What are the typical reactions? I would honestly just make like a link tree with all the links to fucking like articles and whatnot. And just send them that.
Here's my link tree. This is my resume.
Yeah, exactly. This is my resume. I worked hard enough. This is all I need.
Yeah.
I think you were doing like a pipe fence when we texted about having snow because you had snow at that time.
Yep.
How many months out of the year do you guys normally have snow, you think?
Like December to March is pretty typical.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go all the way into May. We get snow.
Yeah.
That sucks. can't relate.
Yep.
It's pretty similar here, but it's crazy because I've never been to Utah, but when I think Utah, I'm thinking like desert and fucking canyon. But no, that's wild.
I mean, you could come out and see the desert in the snow because it.
I guess, yeah, we had Weston from Salt City Steel on, and he's
Yep.
what do you call that? Ski lift? Ski lift
Yeah, he's a
mechanic?
ski lift mechanic.
Yeah, that is wild. What's like the most popular industry in Utah? Like here in Nebraska, it would definitely be agriculture.
I don't know. We've got a pretty good mix of everything. Custom homes, mines, oil fields. I mean, honestly, it's pretty even mix between all 3 of those.
Yeah, custom homes is like, I feel like pretty rare here in Nebraska. There's nobody moving here really.
Yeah, there's not a lot of custom homes, especially in Grand Island. So
Yeah.
What do you
Even
mean?
though
Post
it's-
Malone doesn't want to live there?
Why, does Post Malone live in Utah?
Yeah, he does.
Oh. I almost went once to a music festival there, but decided against it. But I do. That's on the bucket list for sure.
Do it.
So, huh?
Do it. Come on out.
Who else you got there? You got Weston, Yeti Welding.
Yeti.
I think they're kind of a fab shop. Or is there a lot of fab shops in?
There's an ungodly amount of fab shops in Utah.
Damn.
really,
Yeah.
about to say there's very few here in town where I'm at in Ocala, and I think even less where Bryn's at in Grand Island.
You think so? I feel like
I think so.
I guess fab shops, general fab shops, yeah, but there's a lot of industry here. I feel like compared.
No,
to
there's a lot of industry. I'm
population.
talking like Bosch Welding, like
Oh yeah,
smaller. I mean, yeah, smaller weld shops.
yeah, that's true. And when you go to Fab Tech, Jordan, you kind of have to work a lot of the time. But did you have enough time to go to the other halls this year?
No. I met a few people that are really good contacts to have for like buying equipment and such, but actually looking at new equipment and seeing all the new technology that's coming out. Definitely did not have enough time.
I feel like this year was kind of a dud for when it like new technology because Last year, everybody came out with the battery powered welders, so that wasn't
Yep.
new. Laser welding, everybody kind of learned about it throughout the year, and then only one
Yeah.
company had it available for demo while we were there,
Yep.
and that
Only
was
one company had it.
yeah, because
I'm pretty sure.
nobody else could hit the safety requirements in time. Like Everlast didn't, but they had it their unit just sitting there. IPG was the one that had their laser welder set up to run and clean, and that's the first thing Andrew and I did. We went, you get into a trailer, and then I wonder what that lady's first language was, her native tongue, but
It
wasn't
wasn't
English.
English.
It was like probably Swedish or German or something.
Yeah. It
But
was probably it was European of some sorts.
she was showing us how to laser weld. It was weird. It's like you have to break. Have you done it, Jordan?
I haven't. No.
It's like you have to break every part of muscle memory you have to any other welding process because you
It's
let
literally
the
just stick it on there and you just let the wire push you along. It's great.
almost
You
like
just have to
sub arc.
hold yeah, you just have to take your hand off or you gotta pick the torch up just enough to let that wire push you along. It's weird. Oh, it's weird. The craziest part is when she took the two pieces of stainless, stacked them on top of each other, and then with no filler wire or nothing, she
Oh
she
yeah.
spot welded through the top piece to the bottom piece, and you couldn't pull it apart. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
It
it's
is
some pretty
nuts,
wicked stuff.
but it doesn't handle gaps well at all.
No, not at all.
Because like
Me neither.
those two like tongues hanging off of the top, they have to be in constant contact with the material as like a
Yep,
fail safe, I think. And
it
then
is.
you
Yeah.
gotta clamp off your gun onto the table, or you could just clamp the gun as a way around that fail safe. But that's why our local Mathesons won't sell them right now, is because they sold one to one guy, and he like went up with the gun like that to put it on like his shoulder or something. And when he did that, he had the cleaning action on and shot like all the way up the wall onto the ceiling with it.
Well, and I meant to tell you this: the Columbus campus, they had an IPG, and they got it shut down. Like their breaker was locked off; they weren't allowed to use it. And I'm pretty sure it was after that happened. I'm guessing because it was something to do with safety protocol, or we don't know enough about it yet. Like they shut it down. Like they had a whole booth dedicated to it, and now they can't use it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Jordan, you went to college, right?
I did go to college. Yep.
Where'd you go?
Utah State University Eastern
For welding?
for welding. Yep.
Yeah. Did you get another degree?
I swear you got another degree.
I
I
thought
swear
so
we talked
too.
about this before.
I've got 2 associate's degrees from there.
What's the other one?
It's just an associate's of science, so it's a few more general
Okay,
credits than my welding degree.
I got you. Yeah.
What made
Yep.
you want to get that?
Want to get my associate's of science?
Yeah.
It's just because it was like 3 more credits of chemistry and choir and some other like landscape architecture BS class.
Just one more thing to put on the
Yeah.
resume.
It transfers easier than my welding degree, so the main goal was
That's
welding
true.
engineering, but here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
My main goal was to go get a non-destructive testing degree after this, and nah, I got
That'd
one.
be a good.
I was telling myself, I was like, man, I'm gonna take this summer off. It's gonna be so good, and it was so good that I never went back.
That's the problem. If you take a break from school, guaranteed you're not
Yeah.
going back.
Well,
Yep.
you did 2 degrees, Andrew, right? Welding robotics and
Oh yeah, those were separate certifications, but yeah, basically those were just a couple extra classes, and those got me some certs. I mean, I just had a normal associate's degree, and then I have my welding technology degree.
who was your instructors, Jordan, in college for welding?
Austin Welch, he's the main honcho down there now, and then Jake Clement and Jeremiah Garcia.
And
So
is like, I don't know what's the curriculum like to where they're printing out Skills USA winning welders like you guys.
well, I mean, honestly, a lot of it has to do with what they attract. So kids know that they're putting out world-class welders, so a lot of kids go there just for the competition aspect of it. And then, honestly, the fact that they only have 15 students per instructor helps them a ton. They don't have a very big shop. Like, if you saw the shop that they have and you're like, wow, these guys have put out 5 or 6 world skills welders. Like, how did you guys do that? It's pretty wild what they can do with the space they have.
Are they world-class welders themselves?
Jeremiah, he competed in like 2006, I think. He's an insane welder. That guy can lay down some slick welds, man. He was on pipeline, main line for 13 years or something.
Dang.
And Welch, he is actually a pretty insanely good welder. He never did the single competition. He was in the fab competition. We don't do that in America at world skills level.
Why is that, do you think?
Welded in aerospace for how many ever years?
Why do you think we do the team fab, or we don't do the team fab at Worlds?
It's expensive.
What's so much more pricey about it? 3 guys.
Yeah, you gotta take 3 more guys with you. Yeah.
Well, they
More
don't even
equipment,
really
more
have-
tickets.
They don't even really have like a fab team competition. The fab competition at Worlds is a single guy.
Hmm.
So honestly, I think it's a funding thing after nationals. We just can't even afford to train a single guy to go.
Damn. That's crazy. You would think skills is a lot more supportive with how much money is in the industry.
Right? Well, there's not that much money for competition stuff.
Well, I know, but like there could be. Fuck.
There could
Like,
be.
I guess Chandler does, like, I don't know if it's every state or most of the states, weld kits and whatnot for when it comes to state. Like, not
Yep.
our kits, but the year after us, Andrew, he started doing all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's probably one guy pushing for it
Yep.
the most. I mean, shit, almost every state or every state. That's pretty wild. Wyatt went and worked there, right? He works there.
Yep. He works for Chandler right now.
What kind of offers did you get when you came back?
Everything under the sun.
Really?
Miller, Lincoln basically said, get a bachelor's degree, you can come work for us, whatever you want to do. I've gotten a couple offers from like Saudi Arabia, Thailand for teaching.
Wow. Dang, Saudi Arabia is crazy.
Right?
Why didn't you take that? You wanted to stay in Utah? You knew that going out?
He wanted to run his own business and work 80 hours a week and be stressed out 24/7. That's what he wanted. The American dream is what he wanted.
Not make any money.
But yeah, make minimum wage for the hours you work.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
I'm still working on that one, so don't know.
Saudi Arabia is crazy, though.
That is wild, yeah. Like, yeah, put me up in a penthouse in Dubai or whatever, or some nice high rise, then I'll teach wherever.
I'm sure they would have. I mean, a lot of the job offers I get are like, name your price, you come work for us, we want you.
Yeah.
I totally would have fucking went to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I probably still could. I could just email them back. It's been like a year and a half.
Yeah. Well, at least you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Give you props for that.
You see yourself in Utah as home base for the rest of your life?
Hell no.
Oh,
no.
No.
Damn.
I
Where do
want
you
to
want?
get out of Dodge, man.
Where do you think you want to go?
Idaho, Wyoming, Montana,
Mm.
anywhere but Utah. I hate
You didn't say
Fair enough.
Nebraska.
No, I like mountains. I don't
Oh,
like
okay.
corn that much.
We
We
got
got some mountains in Florida, It's a local waste management
warm,
place, but
though.
we got mountains.
yeah, we had
Yeah,
Warm.
it's warm year round.
we had a 7 tornadoes hit us in like the 70s and put all the trash into one pile, and it's called Tornado Mountain. So
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Wow.
How you
or Tornado Hill. is what
sled
it's
down
called.
it. Tornado Hill, yeah.
One,
You're really selling it right now. You're
yeah, I mean, dude, they sometimes like a street sign will pop out of the ground depending on the year, and a kid will get impaled snowboarding down it,
Yeah.
or something like that. It's nice. It's a big mountain.
When we got our hurricanes, it'll take palm fronds and it'll shove them through buildings. It's awesome. Yeah, you could come down here and face hurricanes. That's a good time. But luckily, the local bar is tied in to the same electrical grid that the hospital is, so they never run out of power. They just got to make sure they got enough beer and ice, and they're good. And then they're open the whole hurricane. So we shack up at the local bar and eat chicken wings and drink Coors Banquets and get out.
Shit.
I wonder what kind of industry is in those states you just mentioned. Wyoming, is there oil in Wyoming? I mean, you got Western Welding Academy there.
And a lot of mining stuff as well, I believe.
Yep.
You could probably get an instructor spot there.
That'd be cool.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Melton Metal Anthony, he's in Montana part of the year, right? He's in Florida half, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in Montana. His business is.
Well, I didn't know he
pretty
spent half
successful.
his year in Florida.
Yeah, I think he's. I could be wrong on that, but
I wouldn't blame him,
pretty sure.
but
Yeah.
it's cold as hell out there.
No, why
Who the
I'm
hell wants to
still-
stay out there in the wintertime? Screw that. It's cold enough here. It was 32 degrees the other morning, man. How am I supposed to survive in that? I had to put on an extra sweatshirt and then take it off by 9 a.m. because it got too hot.
Well, Jordan's got a new snowmobile he wants to run.
Yeah.
Can't really do that with palm trees.
Yeah.
You can do it on the water, though. You ain't seen those guys? They just ride it across the water.
But then I just buy a jet ski and it's even more fun. I don't have to worry about it sinking.
Yeah, exactly. And
I
when
don't
that if you sink it into salt water, good luck. Just kill it. Just leave it there. It's done.
I'd be worried about the freaking water in Florida.
Nah.
Gators are terrifying to me.
Oh, they're there. No doubt. They're there.
Spiders
Look-
and snakes and all sorts of nasty stuff.
I don't even think I saw a spider there, but I saw that snake when we were walking back to the house, Andrew, if you remember.
Yeah,
that.
we were in freaking Suburbiaville. I mean, there wasn't a live critter anywhere in that neighborhood. They killed everything there.
Yeah, community center. Oh, we did have some
Yeah.
lizards.
Yeah, a couple lizards. Yeah.
But
So do you see much of Wyatt these days?
I saw him yesterday, actually.
Oh yeah. Do y'all hang out much, or do y'all do any work together, or just kind of do your separate things?
We hang out every now and again, and I actually contract him every once in a while to come do some stuff for me whenever he's free.
There you go.
Down there, so
Yeah, so that was one thing I was going to ask too is do any other like Chandler, for example, if he's got a job that's too small for him or he doesn't want to take or he can't at the moment, will other shops send you their work?
yeah. I'm actually going to Arizona for Chandler next week.
Oh, damn.
No kidding.
Where
Yeah.
at?
Phoenix.
Oh.
Yeah.
But how have you is it just word of mouth again where shops will send you their work because they know you're a good welder and will send it to you, or did you go introduce yourself? Or
Yeah, a lot of phone calls being like, hey, this is what I'm doing. If you guys have some small jobs, I'd love to take them on. A lot of emails, like hundreds of emails sent to random companies being like, hey, I own a welding company. This is my website. This is my background. If you guys need welding, let me know. But a lot of it's word of mouth. Like right now specifically, it's word of mouth. Most of my work comes from word of mouth.
damn. Yeah, that's tight. When you switched going full time after you were working for that guy for a year and a half, was it like you knew you were confident that you could do it all? You could stay sufficient and above water?
Hell no, dude.
No.
No.
You
No. No. It takes an insane amount of cash to keep a welding business alive, like a service business. And especially
Oh,
out here
God.
in Utah, you get
Yeah.
the high schoolers that graduate right out of high school. They put a Miller Bobcat in the back of their F-150, and they're like, "Hey,
They're a
I
welder
will
now.
do this job for $40 an hour," and it screws everybody else. They don't care that
That's
they're
true.
losing $5,000 on the job. They made $10,000 that week. Like,
Mm.
yeah. So you get
And not
screwed
only
on
that,
people.
but you're not even having to float payroll yet. I'm guessing because it's
No.
just you.
I have
Imagine having to
float
float payroll for a
contracting
couple
payroll.
welders. Yeah,
Yep.
it's hard.
And I have to finance jobs for 3 months,
Yeah.
meaning
Yikes.
that I
Yeah,
pay for the job.
90
and I
days.
don't get
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part is making it those 90 days to even get paid for it.
It's a miracle to me that you have a website.
Is it?
Well, you came in here and you called yourself a tech tard.
Oh, where's my headphones? I don't want to connect these things. And then he's got a website.
Can you hear me now?
Your damn headphones everywhere. Just grumbling like an 80-year-old man that got asked to send a PDF file or some shit.
And actually, last time we talked, you said you were going to try to be more active on social media. You've been a little bit. I think your Kickstart welding page looks way better than it did at the time. I don't even know if you had a profile picture, but yeah.
No, he didn't. I remember because that's when I followed him. He didn't have shit on that profile.
I still only have my old logo on there, dude. I need to get on top of that. Oh my God.
Well, I guess I don't know if you're able to run off of word of mouth like you are right now, then it probably wouldn't do make much of a difference.
No,
Just on
especially if you're
Instagram.
slammed with work now. I mean,
Just a resume, honestly. Like people
Yeah.
can go look it up, and the old lady that hires you off Facebook wants to see that you've done some stuff, you know?
Yeah. Do you
Are you sure you can weld? Believe it or not, a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you live in a pretty big town or no?
Yeah, I would classify it as pretty big. I'm only an hour away from Salt Lake, and it's basically one big city from me to Salt Lake.
Gotcha. So plenty of work.
Plenty of work. It's all about getting the work that pays right, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
These high schoolers, man, they're killing me.
Well, like you said, there's a kid willing to do it for a quarter of the price, $40 an hour compared to 120, 150. I don't know what your service rate is, but about what it is around here for mobile work is 120 to 150.
Yep.
So
you
can't compete with that.
I was listening to the Arc Junkies podcast with Yeti Welding the other day, and Yeti was saying there's only one accredited testing facility in Utah. That's pretty insane. Have you ever thought about going down that inspection road?
I have, yeah. I don't know how I'd do it on the business end yet, but I should probably start by getting my own CWI and then go from there.
Yeah, if you started there, then yeah, you could do the testing, and then from that point, it's the facility, the material, the equipment to do it, the booth setup and all that. I mean, like anything, it's a shit ton of money, but
I should talk to Jason, huh? Jason's accredited, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked at college and then worked his way through getting that accredited. And then when he left that college, he went solo and did his own kind of work, and then bought Underground Metalworks from Stephanie Hoffman, and then got that accredited too. So that's definitely the guy you'd want to speak to, I think. And he does I don't know if it was consultations or whatnot, but like here in Nebraska, the old shop I used to work at, we would hire this contractor who was an efficiency engineer is what he called himself.
Yep.
And just shit like that, like move that pallet 2 steps closer, and that'll save you. Say you take those 2 steps 2,000 times in the week, fucking 40.
Yep.
We're still making the same parts at the end of the fucking week.
Yeah, just some stupid ass shit like that.
I still don't want to be here. That ain't gonna make me weld no faster. This job still sucks. Now, if you brought in donuts, I might move a little fucking faster, but no.
But
that's the type of shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jason was talking about how he was planning on having a chill month after the holidays, and then a company called him and was like, "Hey, can you certify 40 or 60 of our welders?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's nuts.
The paperwork on that, dude. Holy cow.
I mean, I feel like once you've been doing it for a while, we go to one guy in Hastings it's about 20 minutes away, but he's an instructor at the college, and he'll come out to us or we can go out to him, and he's got it down to a science, just all his paperwork ready to fucking go in order, templated and everything. So I'm sure it was a lot of paperwork. Yeah, though.
One of the dudes that's been doing it for 50 years, is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah.
He's good old boy named Ron.
Named Ron.
Oh, boys, let me just drink my coffee today.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Why don't you go weld something and then never leaves the office?
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to get into inspection just as a backup, because I know I don't want to be a grunt the rest of my life. I got to climb the industry somehow. I'm just not sure how it's going to be yet.
Yep.
But yeah.
Somehow, some way.
You think you'll what's it look like? Give me 10 years. You still want to be welding in 10 years, you think?
Hell no.
I feel like 10 years ain't that long.
I don't want to be in the trenches anymore.
Yeah.
I would say I'm in the trenches right now.
Oh, yeah.
If I could get Kickstart Welding to be kind of its own entity and just run itself, that's kind of the goal. In the end, consulting's kind of where I want to really go. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything changes so fast, man.
Yeah.
My plan 4 weeks ago compared to my plan now. You can have it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, because 4 weeks ago I was doing a job interview that I was going to go take, and now I'm not even going to take it or just quit doing job interviews. So, Yeah, shit changes really, really quick. So, and now I'm headed a complete 180 degrees the other direction with a full plan. So it's kind of weird how that works.
You hit rock bottom, and then you got to figure it out. And once you figure it out,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually, a couple of weeks ago, Andrew was telling me, he's like, man, I'm a night shift guy. And then I texted him and I was like, man, I'm sorry about this early podcast. I know you like to sleep in. And he was like, I'm trying to switch to 5 a.m. right now to wake up. And I was like, man, I'm trying to go to night shift.
Like I told him, I was like, dude, I've been crushing this for like 2 weeks now. We're up at 5, out of the house by 5:30. We're getting work started because I used to work on night shift at the local gate shop factory, and like I liked it because I would work till midnight, 2, 3 in the morning, or whatever, sleep until 8 or 9, which was my sweet spot, and get up and do hoods till I had to go to work. But now it's like, all right, I've got to run my own welding business, and everybody wants their shit built or fixed in the daylight. So we got to get up early and work in the daylight. So
did you start?
It's funny though.
Welding now?
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing the welding hoods, and then it's basically half and half. I'm doing half welding hoods, and then the other half is welded fabrication. I'm building a trailer right now, custom concrete form board trailer. And then I do flatbeds as well. So I like more of the mass manufacturing type stuff because I'm trying to utilize my robotic certification in the future. Get a couple robots and set a couple robots up to weld. But that's what I like. I'm not a huge custom project guy because the people around here, they're not willing to pay the money for like the architectural metals. They don't want to pay for the fancy oven, skirting or, really nice stuff.
Yep.
So I kind of quit doing that, and I'm trying to get more into the ag side, building trailers and flatbeds and stuff like that. So
custom flatbeds, just like basic.
I'd like some basic, good old boy, tough flatbeds for the average farmer around here because we got a lot of ag, a lot of beef around here. So I'm trying to build for them, and then if people want a custom flatbed, I'd love to build them one because that would be fun. I'm building something worthwhile. I'm not fixing Betty Lou's, some bullshit kitchen stainless apparel. I'm not fucking doing that.
Grandma's cast iron.
And then expect, Grandma's cast iron clawfoot tub or some shit like that. No, not doing it.
$50.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, well, $20 do it? No, ma'am, it will not. no, ma'am, it will not. Here's $1,000 bill right here. and it's like, and that's what's funny about this industry is everybody else gets to charge a shit, an arm and a leg. And then the welders, we get scoffed at when, we hand a bill that's, $120, $150 an hour. So it's bizarre. It really is. It's very bizarre. So, but yeah, I'm still trying to get my. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know how much that welder costs? You know how much that bandsaw costs? This, that, and the other. That truck, the business insurance is what gets me. Like, you know how much business insurance costs to insure me to work for you? Yeah, you don't even cover a day's worth of insurance. I got to go do 3 more jobs to cover that. Yep. But I'm right there with you. The business side of it is extremely hard, but it is satisfying at some points. So
it is really satisfying.
Yeah.
What kind of equipment do you run, Jordan?
Expensive. I've got a Dynasty for my TIG stuff, and then I've got a 300C.
Damn.
Right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then Pro 400 for my mobile stuff.
There you go.
Do you have like a rig on a trailer or on your truck?
I just have a skid for my truck.
There you go. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have like an actual somewhat shop setup, or is it just all strictly mobile off your truck?
I've got some. My shop setup kind of sucks right now.
Yeah.
I'm working on buying a shop right now at some point soon, but that's really expensive.
Oh yeah, it's expensive, no doubt.
A lot of my stuff's mobile though, so it kind of works out.
Yeah.
But land is crazy expensive in
Dude, you want Betty Lou's old house that's been molding for 60 years? It's $800.
And then you just got to bulldoze the whole motherfucking thing.
Yep.
There's no sense in keeping it. Just knock it all down, start over. Put a double wide on it.
Yeah, but the double wide would cost an extra $400,000.
Exactly. That costs more than a custom home build, I'm sure.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, Jordan, we got about 40 minutes of good footage. Here's something we ask every guest before we end the episode. What is your favorite genre of music to listen to while you work or weld?
Ooh, Britney Spears, duh.
Damn, same, bro.
I go through so many genres, man.
Yeah.
He flips back and forth.
When I am dying tired, we are blasting Britney Spears.
Yep. Fair enough on that. Fair enough on that.
Well-
Half his build time is him scrolling through trying to find a vibe.
Or find my gloves.
Hang on, wait. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. We'll have Kickstart and your personal Instagram linked in the description, the show notes. Edge Welding Cups, code BRINWELDS10 or 15, whatever it says in the description, and order through that link as well. Everlast welders for the upgraded Nova Torch and foot pedal package, free of additional charge if you order through that link in the description as well. And Andrew?
And check out southernleatherworks.net for any and all custom welding hoods and other custom leather goods, belts, glove lanyards, the whole nine. Jordan Packer, we talked about a lot. We talked about how you've been gaining more work through your small business. We really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to talking to you again soon and seeing how much further you've come.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.